Today we're going to be looking at how to use the calculator to generate random integers, random numbers. I've already talked about this a little bit in one of my Edpuzzle videos from previous sections, but I wanted to actually make a video now that I'm here at school where I can make this video. I wanted to make a video where I show you how to do that exactly on the calculator. So this will be a really short video, but I also will talk to you about how you can simulate coin flips and even dice rolls and those kinds of things also with this. So what I'm going to do is that first thing you have to do is you need to pick a random 7-digit number. So I'm just going to hit 7 random digits. And once you do that, you just pick 7 random numbers. You can use your phone number, whatever you want to. And then you're going to hit store. And you're going to go to math. And you're going to go over to the PRB tab and you're going to go to rand. What this does is this seeds the calculator. If I don't seed the calculator, if you don't seed the calculator, then when you go to pick a random number in your, someone else picks a random number, you all would get the same number. And that doesn't sound very random, does it? You all would keep getting the same number. But if you truly do this, you seed the calculator, then it truly will be random. So you have to do this once. The only time you'll ever have to do this again is if your calculator dies and the internal battery also dies, which probably won't happen if you have one of my calculators checked out to you. But it could happen if you have your own calculator, or if your calculator happens to get reset at any point in time, then you'll have to do this as well. So once you do that, then your calculator is good to go. You're ready to go. So you're going to hit to get random integers, I'm going to go to math. I'm going to go back over to the PRB tab, and now I'm going to pick number 5, which is random int. Okay, a random integer. And then what I'm going to do with this is you have to type in here okay, so I want random integers, but what do I want them from? So let's say we want them from 1 to 10. So you're going to type in 1, 10. What this does is tell you a starting point and a finish point on where you're wanting to pick your numbers from. So I'm wanting to pick between 1 and 10. If I were to hit enter right now, by default, it would just give me one number. But if let's say I want 5 random numbers, then I'm going to hit comma 5. So the third number is how many numbers you want here. And then I'm going to hit enter. And it gives me 5 random digits, 10, 3, 9, 7, and 10. Okay. So now, let's say we want 100 of them. Well, if we do that, we go back in here, go back at math, go over to PRB, you hit number 5, and let's say we want them from 1 to 10, but now we want 100 random digits. It takes it a minute, but it generates 100 random digits. But that's a lot of numbers. I don't really want those numbers. I don't want to have to scroll over. In fact, I don't think you can actually scroll over. It's kind of it's not easy to scroll over and see all these. So instead, what you could do is store these. You could hit the store key. It's going to take the list, which is the answer from the previous line. It's going to store them, and then you can pick second L1, it's going to store them in a list. So you can store those 100 digits in a list. And if I were to go into stat and I go to edit, I would see those in list 1, and you can do that. Now, I'm not going to do that here because the calculator on here wanted to freeze the last time I tried that. I actually tried to make this is my second version of this video. My first version, it froze up on me. So I would not suggest, it should be fine on your calculator, but the one here on the computer is a bit touchier. So anyways, you could go into stat, you could go to edit, and you could see that. You've stored that in for list 1. All right, I'm going to hit the clear button just so we get all that junk off of there. And now I'm going to show you how you could simulate flipping a coin, and then I'll show you how you could simulate rolling a dice using this. So if I go to math and I go over to PRB and I pick number 5, so let's say we want to simulate flipping a coin, and we want to flip a coin 6 times. So if I want to simulate flipping a coin, I could pick random integers 0 or 1. Basically, I'm only giving it 2 options. I get a 0 or I get a 1. Let's say that 0 is tails and 1 is heads. And let's say we want to pick 6 of them. What it's doing, it'll give me six of them. So here in this scenario, I flipped the coin 6 times. I got 3 heads and 3 tails. Okay, let's do it again. You could hit enter again, it'll do it again. Now I've gotten 4 heads and 2 tails. I could do it again. This time I got 4 tails and 2 heads. I could do it again. And this time I got 4 heads and 2 tails. And you can keep doing it however many times you want to, okay? That's how you can simulate flipping a coin, just using 0 to 1. You either get 0 or you get 1. You give it 2 options of what you can pick and decide which one's heads and which one's tails out of those 2 options. All right. You could do rolling a dice. If you go to math, go over to PRB number 5. There's a standard dice has 1 to 6, right? A standard 6-sided dice is 1 to 6. Of course, you could use some crazy dice too, but standard dice is 1 to 6. Let's say we want to roll the dice 7 times. Or actually, let's say we want to roll the dice 5 times because we're playing Yahtzee. All right, I rolled it 5 times. I got 2 6s, 2 1s, and a 5. Okay, so if I was playing Yahtzee, this is my first roll, I probably would keep the 6s and the 1s, and I'd roll that 5 again, and I'd see what had happened. So you could do, you could run the same process again, but only roll 1. So you could run the same process again, 1 to 6. But now I'm only going to roll 1 of them. I only want 1 because I'm only rolling the 5 again. And I got a 3 the second time. Okay? So you could simulate basically kind of simulate a game of Yahtzee here with the calculator. So there's lots of ways you can use the calculator and random number generator to simulate random phenomenon. And that's what I wanted to do today, was to show you all how to do that. So let me know if you have any questions about it, but I hope this video has been helpful in showing you how to do that on the calculator.